Hi Cliff fans and welcome to another one of my 5 minute Cliff album reviews, and today I'm going to review Cliff's 1978 album Greenlight, which is an absolutely fantastic album. It wasn't an album I was particularly fond of when I was younger. It's an album, but over the years I've become very fond of this album. I love this album. I listen to it at least every couple of months. I throw this album on in its entirety, and yeah, it wasn't a big hit at the time. In 1978, it was released, and the highest it reached in the British album chart was number 25. And there was three singles released: "Can't Take the Hurt Anymore," um, "Please Remember Me," and the title song "Greenlight." And the only one that actually got into the charts was the title song "Greenlight," and that only reached number 57, which is hard to believe because it's an absolutely fantastic Cliff song. Absolutely love the song. I love this album as well. So I'll run through the tracks. Yeah, the opening track is "Greenlight." Really, it got to number 57 in the singles chart. I know this is one of Cliff's favourite songs. I remember at the time the Hit List album was released. He's he stuck on a couple of his favourite tracks at the end of that album, and this was one. Even though it only reached number 57, he actually stuck it on that album because he loves it so much. Yeah, great track. Followed by probably my favourite song on the album, which is called "Under Lock and Key." I don't think Cliff has sang anything or released anything like it before or after. It's just a fantastic track. "Under Lock and Key" is definitely my favourite song on the album. Followed by a fan favourite, "She's a Gypsy," which Cliff actually featured in his world tour back in 2001, 2002. And yeah, that was fantastic for us to see him actually perform that song. Um, Next song is another one of my favourites on the album. It's called "Count Me Out," which was featured previously. No, not previously. It was featured a year later on the B side of "We Don't Talk Anymore," Cliff's biggest selling song of all time. Um, the next song, as I say, failed the charts. It was released as a single. "Please Really Remember Me." It's a great. I think it's a great song. I don't think it's one of his best songs, but I think it should have definitely got in the top 30. But it failed to get into the charts. "Please Remember Me," followed by "Never Even Thought," which is a great track as well. There's a even better version of "Never Even Thought." Cliff re-recorded in 1992 on an album called "My Kind of Life," aimed at the French market, and a 1992 version of "Never Even Thought." It's even better than this, but I like this version as well. The first track on side two is "Free My Soul," which is it's a fun track to listen to. "Start All Over Again," which is another one, like, it reminds me of a song like, yeah, I love it when he mentions previous songs in the lyrics of songs like "Doing Fine." There's a couple of lines of "Traveling Light" in that, and "Start All Over Again." I think he mentions that he needs to find himself a living doll. So it's kind of, I love hearing that, even though it wasn't written by Cliff, but yeah, it's a great fun track as well. The next track is "Was She's Young." I think that was one of my favorite songs on this album. When I was younger, I used to love listening to that one. That was one of the only songs I listened to on this album years ago. And followed by the next song, which was the first single release, "Can't Keep This Can't Take the Hurt Anymore," which also failed as a single. It's so different to anything Cliff ever released. So I think, I don't know, like, maybe the fans just like Cliff singing similar songs all the time. I don't know, but that was a great song. And the final song, "Ease Along," which is another fun track to listen to as well. So I'd rate this album. Ooh, it's not my favorite album. I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. Um, because I love all the tracks, but I absolutely love probably about 50% of the songs. So Green Light gets a 8 out of 10 for me. Please leave your thoughts below. You can rate it yourself and tell me your favourite tracks. Green Light.